What is going on, guys? I am Jahova. Welcome to a special little video. I got something special for you guys here today. Wargaming reached out and wanted to work with me. This is a sponsored video. We are playing World of Tanks, but they wanted me to make a video for you guys so we could offer you something pretty cool. So if you want to play this game, all the new players that go over and start playing with the link in the description will get 7 days premium time, 100,000 silver, bonus XP, and a free T1 E6 premium tank for Xbox or PS4. So if you're a new player and you've never checked this out, this is a free-to-play game. So I highly recommend any free-to-play game that's actually, like, you can tell they took their time. They're trying to make a good game here. It's not just one of those thrown together things that you know, everything's free-to-play these days. Anyways, this is a very quality game. This could very much be a game sold for monies. So given that it's free and that anybody can hop on, I highly recommend. But I've always liked tank games. I played a lot of tank games as a kid growing up on various consoles and all kinds of stuff of various, you know, varieties. There's been all kinds of games that I've played, but this is one of the most up-to-date, I guess you could say, and it's really cool. It's very in-depth. The gameplay is just really, I like the way that it plays out. There's large teams against each other, and you just kind of have to eliminate. There's no respawns. There might be a respawn game type. I'm not sure. But everything I've played, there's no respawns. I'm not exactly an expert on this game, but you know, I'm very much so a new player still. But I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Look at that hit I'm putting on that guy from super far out. I don't even know how far that is. Critical hit, enemy damage, all that good stuff. One thing I learned about this game very quickly is that it's not all about, but see, then I got a hit, but it didn't penetrate. That's frustrating. I need to learn more about the alternate ammo types. If you see down there on the bottom, you can switch through the alternate ammos. I can't remember what the second one is. It might be more of like a piercing round, and the third one I believe is a HE, a high explosive. But yeah, so I'm just going around throwing shells at people hoping for the best here, but I learned early on that it's not all about getting all the kills. There's a lot of teamwork in this. Spotting for your teammates is huge. Obviously a lot of times that will lead to a kill, just you spotting somebody, and it's actually really cool. You get rewarded for all that kind of stuff in this game. Like if you spot somebody and then they kill that enemy, there's like a medal or a ribbon that pops up that says like, hey, you spotted this guy and then your team got the kill. So, but assists feel very important. You know, when you're battling other tanks and everybody has a decent amount of health, you know, just putting shells into an enemy tank and getting some damage to help take it out in the end is very important. So, hits are very important. Assists are very important, and just overall spotting people is very important. But also really like the historical accuracy of this game. It is not that I can back it up. You know, I wasn't the smartest history guy, but like my little brother, he is like super history buff, loves this kind of stuff. He plays this game all the time. I always have to hear him talk about it. He's always like, play with me, and I'm like, I'm busy. But yeah, he loves this game because it's so historically accurate. He can look at the tanks in this game and rattle off like the real name of the tank and what it actually is. And that's a pretty cool thing. There's not only like US troops, but there's like USSR, Japan, China, France, Germany, UK. It's all in here, and it's all historically accurate, and it's really cool. With that, though, there's also, it's not all just historically accurate, I guess. There's experimental and prototype tanks in this game that were never produced or used in battle. So not only is it, you know, if you're a history buff, you're not going to just be bored because you already know all the tanks in the game. There's going to be those new fun ones, those new mystery vehicles as well. And picking your tanks is really important. So I always, like, first thing I'm like, oh man, I'm going to scroll through these tanks. I'm going to find the one with the highest damage, right? That's just me. I kind of do that in any game that I play. I want to get something that does a lot of damage, makes it easy for me to kill people. But I learned early on that that's not always the best case, because I spawned in a big old tank and it took me like 5 minutes just to roll across the battlefield to the other side to encounter enemies. And then if you land a shot, it does a lot of damage, and that's awesome, but then there's like a 20-second reload on some of these tanks. So, like, the one you see me rolling now, I think this is one of the big tanks, and I think I should have a pretty long reload time. But I found myself going for more medium tanks with a decent amount of armor and a decent amount of damage on the shot. Okay, the reload on this one's not too bad. I think that was like 8 seconds or something. So this must have been one of those medium-sized tanks that I found. I can handle like a less than 10-second reload, but once it starts pushing 20 seconds, I start freaking out. Like, I'm too trigger happy for that stuff. I just want to shoot everything. And this is kind of an interesting battle right here. You could see my teammate and I were just kind of trying to work together, and they're doing the same thing on the other side. We're just kind of like peeking back and forth in between buildings in this old like war-destroyed town. I don't know. I thought this battle was really cool. But if you're looking for an awesome game to play, and especially one that's free, I highly recommend this. There's over 350 historically accurate World War II armored vehicles from the 1930s to the 1950s, and there's huge like open areas to battle in, and then there's tight areas like this in a war-torn village or city or whatever. So I highly recommend. Click those links in the description. Get all your free goodies if you're a new player. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.